Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another old school update. Today we're going to be talking about the recent changes to the Lizardman Shaman and the Brutal Black Dragons, alongside seeing additional content like the Master Scrollbook, alongside going over the other content changes in this update, guys. So without further ado, let's get started. Ever since the introduction of raids, players without Shazane favour have been able to safely kill Lizardman Shaman in the swamp area located around Mount Quidamortum, and they have now finally decided to change that by removing 2 Lizardman Shaman from the Lizardman settlement, meaning you need the House Shazane favour now to kill Lizardman Shaman, either in the new Slayer Cave, which we're about to talk about, or in the old Lizardman Canyon. A cave containing 8 new Lizardman Shaman can now be found at the Lizardman settlement, which is the swampy area you find all the Lizardmen around Mount Quidamortum. The cave consists of a bunch of different chambers, and the Lizardman Shaman found within that cave can only be killed on assignment and requires 100% Shazane favour. Within the Lizardman Canyon, the original place where you would find the Lizardman Shaman, they have removed more safe spots. There has been a few updates targeted towards Lizardman Shaman safe spotting and trying to remove it ever since their initial release. They really don't want players being able to safe spot Lizardman Shaman. Similarly to removing the Lizardman Shaman that had no requirements to kill, they are changing Brutal Black Dragons. Previously, anyone could kill Brutal Black Dragons. All you had to do was go into the Catacombs of Kourend, find them and start killing them. Although they're very high level monsters and you would need a decent range level in order to actually kill them in a reasonable amount of time, they still had 0 requirements, meaning it was a very easy money making method to access, and the money making from the Brutal Black Dragons was actually really good. So with both the devs and the community agreeing that they're just too easy to farm, they have put a level 77 Slayer requirement on them, and they also removed the Dragon Full Helmet from their drop table. One of the coolest things in this update is the Master Scrollbook. All those teleport scrolls you got from doing clue scrolls, alongside your Zalandra and Keymaster teleports. Basically every teleport scroll in the game, a teleport in the form of a scroll, can now be put in this Master Scrollbook. It's a book containing all your different teleport scrolls, and it can hold up to 1000 charges of each teleport. The Master Scrollbook is a rare reward from any tier of clue scroll, so if you're a clue scroll hunter, you might get this book sometime soon and be able to sell it since it's pretty sought after. It's a pretty cool piece of content. You can select a default teleport for the Master Scrollbook, so if you were to left click the book, it would teleport you to the teleport of your choice, but it will have to be a scroll within the book that you have charged. If I recall correctly, they did mention this as a way to help reduce bank space. Why not just increase the bank space? So yeah, the way to obtain this Master Scrollbook would be either by trading players an empty Master Scrollbook, you can't trade one that has teleport scrolls in it, or by getting it from clue scrolls. And speaking of clue scrolls, elite clue scroll steps have been reduced. This is probably my favourite update because I enjoy doing clue scrolls. I enjoy doing easy to hard clue scrolls. I have only ever done a few elite clue scrolls just because of how long and tedious and, well, awful they are. But now they have been reduced from 9 to 12 steps to 5 to 7 steps. And it wouldn't be an old school RuneScape update if there wasn't recolors. For whatever reason, your rock golem can now be red, blue and purple. The red one being the Lovakite ore, the purple one being the elemental ore found in the elemental workshop. The blue golem can be obtained from Daalt ore. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but Daalt ore is a rare ore that can be mined with 20 mining during and after the Darkness of Hollowvale quest. And the final big update in this old school update is Preserve Prayer improvements. The Preserve Prayer was one of 3 prayers you could get as a reward from raids. It was one of the first rewards I ever got, and since then, ever since I got it, activated the prayer, I haven't used it because it was worthless. Previously, the Preserve Prayer would keep your boosted stats after using a potion for 20% more time. That has now been boosted to 50%. And the prayer point drain rate when using the Preserve Prayer has been decreased from 5 points per minute down to 3 points per minute. So you may now see people actually using this prayer. And in other news, the Magic Skill Cape perk now allows for 5 spellbook switches per day rather than only 1, and the Ectofuntus now holds 1000 Ecto tokens instead of 65. They have fixed the click boxes around the blast mine bank. The minnow icon has been altered so it's easier to see, and they added a filtered notification to the fertile soil spell. Here is a big list of bug fixes for this update. I'll leave it on screen for a second just so you guys can pause it and read through it if you like. There is some interesting stuff in there. And that's it. That concludes Old School RuneScape's update. There was some much needed changes. Players can no longer kill the shaman without the favour. The brutal black dragons, which are very profitable and very easy to kill, now actually have a requirement. They made elite clue scrolls a little bit more bearable. Yeah, I really enjoyed today's update, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and the update, and if you did, feel free to leave a comment and or a rating as it helps out the channel. And with that said, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I see you guys next time.